everybody, and welcome to VFX and Chill with Hashi and Seth, and also Michael. I am Seth.
I am Hashi.
Yeah, he is.
And I am Michael.
Guys, that was our show. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next week. No, thank you for joining us this week. Hashi, that doesn't look like your house.
This is not my house. I am here
It's not your beautiful house.
The lovely Hotel Figueroa in downtown Los Angeles. I was here for the
wait. Did you just wait? You just gave them your exact location.
Max.
I don't know if you needed to tell them the exact
room
hotel
703 at the Hotel Figueroa, 939 South Figueroa Street, Los Angeles. Come knock on the door. Say hi.
Oh my God. Okay, Michael. Where are your exact coordinates, Michael? Latitude and longitude, please.
I'm at a farm in near Rolla, Missouri.
Can't miss
Naturally.
It's on the left.
Isn't that where you always are? Some farm somewhere?
No, I'm usually on it's surrounded by farm in rural Kentucky, but I'm in Missouri at the moment. There's a chicken run over there.
So I know one of you are at Adobe Max, and I'm going to assume it's the one not in a barn.
Right. Yeah,
Well,
I did.
yeah.
I was sadly unable to go to Max this year. I very much enjoyed the years I've been there, though. It's a good time.
Hashi, how's it been?
It's been lovely. The Adobe crew know how to throw a good time. Adobe Max was exciting. There was lots of new crazy stuff showed off. The Maxon crew was there representing and doing our thing. And one of the most exciting events during Adobe Max is Sneaks, where they tease out and show a handful of upcoming technologies that they're ambitious about integrating into the products. And it's all very exciting stuff.
That's awesome.
Sneaks is great because you've got, especially live, because you've got these developers and engineers and code monkeys that are used to being in their little basements working on, scientific papers and implementing them into programs, and then suddenly they're thrust onto a stage full of
In the Microsoft Theater.
thousands of people in Microsoft Theater with an A-list celebrity on the stage chatting at them while they have to present this very alpha software live. It's amazing.
Yeah, this year's
the
guest.
tech is amazing too, but as well. But it's
But
just
really,
it's so
you're there
fun
for the
watching
social
people
dynamics.
Try to talk publicly.
Yeah, you're there for the social dynamics. Hashi, what have you seen? Well, Michael, you've been watching live too. I haven't watched any of it. So
Oh yeah, they had a
be the audience.
thing that was like lockdown and rotoscoping all in one, which is neat.
Oh, really?
Which I tweeted about.
Yeah, it looks like they're doing their best to make After Effects aware of the 3D space of whatever you're filming, meaning you can drop and throw stuff right into footage and it'll know what plane it's supposed to be on. If it knows it's
on that wall behind this person stuff.
What is that like? How close is so? Okay.
So sweeps. I feel like like Michael, you probably know more historically, but I feel like sweeps is a cool show of a lot of the possibilities that can happen. What would you say the integration rate is of things you've seen at sweeps over the years?
That was my question.
The sneaks eventually happen most of the time, but it can take a while. Like Rotobrush 2
like
was
years?
sneaked. Yeah, it was a couple years before Rotobrush 2 fully came out in the software. It wasn't called Rotobrush 2 in the sneaks. They were just it was called Project blah blah blah, something clever.
It's a terrible name.
Yeah. No, it was something clever. I remember seeing going, holy crap, this is going to be great when it gets here, and then it didn't, arrive for a year or two, and I was like, oh well, and then it showed up. And I was like, oh yeah. So yeah, it'll be a couple years probably before it's implemented, but some of the stuff it sneaks, it can happen within a few months. That's happened before too, but that's usually more on the Photoshop Illustrator side of things.
It's going to come out when I'm done with my movie, isn't it? That's when it's going to come out.
Oh yes.
Oh,
They're going to have a drag and drop CG monsters that do whatever you tell them.
And I'll say the results that he was getting in the live demo were not great. It was enough to make the crowd go ooh ah, but people who do the work and the edges were bad, the tracks were slipping. It wasn't great, but it was a good start, which is the whole point of sneaks. Like, here's what we're working on. We're giving you a sneak peek. It's obviously not ready yet, or it'd be out.
Wait, are you talking about Roto 2, or are you talking now? Or when you say edges were bad, are you talking about?
I'm talking about the one they just sneaked.
So how are the edges bad?
At large,
if it's like
and
a
I
lockdown?
believe you still see the sneaks online. But for example, they had an image of a girl standing on a beach, and the sun is casting a shadow, and they showed that you could do an image selection.
Oh no! Hotel Wi-Fi. Oh, there he is. He's back. What was that?
There were lots of interesting things about layers in Photoshop being able to cast shadows intelligently onto the ground planes they're supposed to be on, with the same directionality as the rest of the photo, which is all being machine learning interpreted. So in the end, if you've been paying attention to a lot of the things that people are doing with machine learning and image generation, this Max was a really good showcase that Adobe is very excited and ready and has minds on incorporating a lot of the cool technologies that we have seen out there and putting them into the hands of standard graphic kind of users.
And that's actually really good news, because I don't know if that's always been the case with After Effects, specifically in terms of like hot, cool technology. Hot, cool tech is happening elsewhere in other spaces in the real world. It feels like in the past, it's been kind of like, okay, well, we're doing our thing over here in After Effects. So that's actually very exciting to hear that, like, we're now seeing implementation of like stuff that we're using everywhere else.
Mm-hmm. So imagine, for example, content-aware fill was really cool when it came out for Photoshop, and it was a neat still thing to do, and you didn't have a lot of control over it, but it was decent. But now it's gotten a lot better, and you can do lots of like selection of where your sample points are. And now they are embracing things like selecting an area and then giving it an AI prompt to help guide what it fills that section in with, whether it's sampling the image or not. But it'll marry with your scene, just the way DALL-E works. If you wanted to erase a bit of a DALL-E image and replace it with something else from a text prompt. And so the idea of integrating all of these other, diffusion models of bringing imagery to life just by typing in something is quite remarkable. Another thing that I think will be really cool for editors is there are versions of this that have existed, but it looks like Adobe is trying to integrate them very nicely, where you would take footage of a conference presentation, for example. It'll be auto-transcribed, and so you can get a Word document out of it, and then you can edit a Word document down into the highlights from that conference, and the result is a video where you can have the video of just the highlights, and you can check a box to remove the audience noises so it's not disruptive to the flow, and you can add your own music and stuff.
Yeah,
so
editing video by editing the text was an amazing sneak. And that is on Adobe Labs. Like, you can go on Adobe's Labs right now and try that one out. So that was usable now.
Insanity. You could turn this entire show, these first 11 minutes of the show, into the most interesting 3 seconds. And then
that's a lot like I don't know if you've seen the podcasting software Descript, where it's a text-based podcast editor.
I have no doubt that Descript is either it feels involved in terms of what.
Okay.
I don't know for real, but the technology is so specifically like Descript that I imagine that there's some overlap, and Adobe is partners with everybody.
One of my favorite
partners with everybody.
Partners with everybody.
Oh, that's Michael's alarm for our next segment.
No, it's
next segment.
It's
Speaking of segments, what are we doing here today? What is this?
Yeah.
Why am I here?
Speaking of alarms, Hashi, you're here because you signed a contract years ago that said you would be my friend until the end of time. And that's why you always get your friends to sign contracts when you first meet them.
It was good. Aaron Rabinowitz worked it up. It seemed good to my lawyers, so I signed it. And I didn't read through it, but
you never should.
Like overall positives.
Actually, it's in the contract. You weren't allowed to read it. You just had to sign it. Now, speaking of contracts, this is nothing about contracts. Today we are actually I like you to set up this next segment because I think your reason you brought it up for doing it this week was pretty funny.
Oh, sure. So, so this week at Adobe Max, Maxon had a booth where we were doing half-hour presentations, and so every half hour you were getting something, a flavor of something new. And we had amazing presenters. We had Louis Tucci doing and Ian Robinson doing amazing ZBrush sculpts. We had Tony Berry doing Premiere work, Ellie Wade doing Redshift Cinema 4D stuff, and Vlad doing amazing MoGraph work in After Effects, and me, who definitely had a really good plan going in. I demoed some of the stuff that people have seen on the show, the stamping script, and the normalized track script, and little like workflow tips for After Effects, but it felt a little dry by the time we were getting to the end there. And so for the last show, I decided I really enjoy our timer challenge episodes. There's a chaotic energy to them that is wild. And so for the last one, we improvised I put up two GIFs. If you want, I could probably show on my screen here what the idea was.
Yesterday? Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Show us.
So yesterday on the show, I gave the audience at the top a choice. We were going to in a 25-minute setting recreate one or the other. The audience went with the Terminator 2 shot.
Good, because you did the Abyss one already.
Is wild.
Well, I'm saying it's good that they picked the Terminator one because you did the Abyss one on the show, didn't you?
I did, and I counted on the Adobe Max audience, not necessarily knowing that. The audience, which was mostly comprised of the Maxon team at the beginning. But what was nice about the energy of this one is that we drew a crowd because there was a big timer on screen, and if I see a timer on screen, I'm like, what's going to happen when that runs out? And so we filmed live there on the floor. Louis Tucci, who is an amazing ZBrush sculptor, and just all around amazing force of nature. So we try to kind of direct Louis through doing a similar, like walk up, best, Terminator-esque kind of thing. And then within 25 minutes, we had worked it to this using a combination of Red Giant tools and whatever VFX know-how we could manage to bring to it. So a lot of fun. So here's an example of one of the 25-minute challenges where it's reasonable. Like it's a passable recreation of a historic moment in visual effects history. Recreated in
that is great for 25 minutes. That's really good.
And Michael, having not seen the live presentation, how would you pull off a liquid metal effect?
Colorama.
Colorama's a good idea. I didn't think of Colorama.
Colorama? How and why?
Do it.
How and why?
I did Rotobrush 2, and then
Rotobrush to cut them out, yes.
And then once I had Rotobrush 2, I used that rotoed layer as an adjustment layer with chromatic displacement, turned up to a nice, soft.
See, that's what I was thinking. Good. I'm surprised you didn't say chromatic displacement, Michael, because I expected your very first response to be a Red Giant tool, and I was like, oh, chromatic displacement. But
I've been using Colorama a lot to do metallic-y things. Like it's one of those early tricks, like you do a gradient and then bevel alpha and then Colorama and you get metallic text. I mean, it's crappy.
I don't know that.
That was a really good idea. The lighting in here, unfortunately, I had a notion that I was going to be able to use the lighting to do pull a fake gradation and
No, the chromatic displacement is such a good idea.
Yeah.
But it was great because it used the actual footage and it's displacing it, and if you soften it out a lot, I mean, not a lot of detail in the face, but for 25 minutes, it was pretty cool. And also, the lighting in the setup was not. There was not a lot of gradient falling on Louis' face. There's a lot of high contrast, and so my my tricks to try to like preserve highlights and preserve some details didn't work as well as I thought they were going to. But again, it was live and crazy and is always exciting. And I thought,
speaking of live and crazy,
we should. Yeah, why let the VFX and chill audience miss out on that fun, chaotic energy?
Let's talk about some options. Hashi, you pulled together some we're taking suggestions in the chat, so throw them up there.
Absolutely. So yeah, if you're in the chat, throw out suggestions or shots, especially iconic shots would be helpful, just so people have a muscle memory.
You can't put links in the YouTube chat, so you'll have to just describe the shot.
So it's going to have to definitely be iconic. We'll have to have heard of it. Hashi, you pulled together some possible ideas or options.
Some possible ideas. Here are some inspirations to get us started. I pulled these at 1 a.m. after getting back.
To Birdemic.
So the terrifying film Birdemic, which I can consider this like a level 0 challenge to figure out in 20 minutes.
Yeah, but you have to match
this one. You need I think for this one you would need a 60-second timer.
Yes. Well, I don't know.
60-second timer and maybe a production crate login. Not even a production crate. This is.
And you also need a copy of Magic Bullet Looks presets from 2010 in order to get that look there, as well as.
But don't apply to the birds, just the footage.
Just the footage. Don't apply to the birds. 100%. That's rule number 1. All right, so it's Birdemic. We've also got Casper, which I think is a fun suggestion because this is one our pal Stu worked on. Casper is a movie I loved as a kid because...
I love Casper.
Well, I didn't even love it because of the movie content. I loved it because it was... they shot it like an Invisible Man movie, which is my thing, with Roger Rabbit and everything. I loved the imagination of that and the idea of performing that kind of stuff. Looking at it now as an adult, I am impressed by the compositing techniques with these characters in terms of making them translucent, but also very specifically keeping other parts of them non-translucent, having this blur. There's all kinds of compositing tricks going on with these characters that I think are really cool. So that's a fun idea, but it also requires us to have a decent character, but I guess we could find something on Sketchfab. This one I've done already. I think I'll spare and let someone else do it if they want.
Fair enough. And I'm a little done with Slimer as well. I've done a lot of Slimer.
But if you want to see it, Michael can put a link in the chat to Busted, the Film Team Experiment. Shows how I created these old school looking Ghostbuster ghosts. This Invisible Man is a fun one. We've done this on the show. We've just talked about it.
We talked about it on the show. This is one that I realize will likely require props somehow.
You mean
to pull it off? And so this might be a rough one, but
might be, or an easy one.
Oh, what?
So
who's that?
I might take Invisible Man just for fun. Yeah, nice. I can't get these glasses to stay.
I love that. You look a little bit like Dr. Honeydew.
I actually can vaguely see my screen in my Stream Deck, but I'm not sure what button I'm going to press now. Hope the stream stays live.
Speaking of the stream, some suggestions are in the chat. Someone would Darby Jacinto would like you to do the mustache on Henry Cavill as Superman, which Corridor has done.
Yeah, Corridor did it. God, why don't we have a Corridor did it drop? We need to make one.
Mike Gaines wants you to do the flawless and accurate plane crash from Air Force One.
Oh, Mikey Gaines, you coming in hot, man.
What was that?
It's the Air Force One plane crash, which is it's like GoldenEye in 64 quality CG, which isn't actually an insult. What else we got?
Fire to art director wants Ghostbusters marshmallow explosion. Interesting
thought, because right here we have a GIF that Hashi suggested, which was the tiny marshmallow man, which I think is a really fun idea.
It's right in between, trying to do a full Stay Puft Marshmallow shot and it's a bit of interesting 3D-y stuff.
Although I kind of want to do a Marshmallow Man like I kind of want to go in my backyard and shoot a plate and put the Marshmallow Man like up in the like on my street or something. I might do something like that too. And then we have Sharknado. I don't remember,
like Jason Murphy in the chat. Do you have any insight on inside of any of the topics mentioned here? I'm trying not to specifically say anything. But.
What do you mean?
Wait. Everyone, Jason can respond if he likes. Oh, okay. We got Sharknado.
Sharknado, edited by our friend Vashi, I believe, or Sharknado 2. This shot's cool. I don't remember this from the first Ring. Is this from the first one?
I don't think it is from the first one, but I thought it was interesting.
This is my kind of jam with the VHS distortion. This is the kind of thing I love to do. That said, it does feel like more work than 20 minutes.
Yeah. See, again, don't just, apply VHS with the standard, plugins. I was pleased with the body horror aspect of Zemeckis's take on the witches. The whole movie is another story, but I was sad that I thought at some point that maybe it wouldn't live up to the
trauma of the original.
What was it, like 91 or something like that?
The first Witches was 91. I thought we knew better by 91 than to do that to our children.
I don't know. I'm guessing. Someone in the chat confirm when the first movie of Roald Dahl's Witches came out.
I'm already traumatized by this GIF repeating over.
It's amazing, and I was excited because we were like, it's gonna be this new one's gonna be soft. It's by Zemeckis, and so I'll watch this with my kids. And then I was so happy that they were equally terrified by the reveal of the witches as I was by the original Witches. So yeah, we got to cycle this one off the screen, man. I'm.
So what do you want to do? Well, I might take. I have a weird idea for the Invisible Man. I might do that, or a Marshmallow Man gag. What about you?
Excellent. Gosh, I don't even know, audience. What I don't know what I want to do. I'll try the witch smile.
That's cool.
1990 was Witches, apparently.
All right. So I guess we're going to start this timer now. I'm scared.
Oh my gosh.
Which one am I doing? I'm going to do Invisible Man. Wait, before I start, Invisible Man, are we talking the old school one? So it doesn't have to be good.
I mean, honestly, we could be creating any shot in 20 minutes, but it would be good to show... to be able to somehow refer to the shot ahead of time and afterward or something like that.
Okay, I'm going to try something. All right, here we go. Let's start the timer.
Okay.
20 minutes and counting. Here we go. Hashi, what are you doing?
All right, I'm going to do the witch smile. So I'm going to start with jumping onto story blocks and seeing if I can find an appropriate person to witchify. I'm so sorry, whoever I'm choosing to do this to. It is nothing personal for you being a stock model.
I'm going to record a plate on my with my camera in QuickTime. You can't see it, but you can see me and what I'm doing. Let's see. I'm going to do a couple things.
Okay, let's see. What do we got? This is otherwise boring, but I feel like it offers. Maybe not. The tail end of it.
Hey, can you?
Yeah, I think the tail end of this one works for me, so I'm going to go for it. We don't have a lot of bandwidth here at the hotel, so I'm going to download the 2.7 megabyte version of it to our Too Fast, Too Spooky episode and import that.
Something I need from you guys real quick. Can you see my monitor? Can you see my face?
I
mean, you can
yes.
see me. You right? Say
we can see you.
Tell me if my neck skin pops into this. Ready? All right. Can you see my neck?
I can't see your screen that well.
Okay. Well, let's just say, let me know if any skin color shows up.
All right, footage. All right, we've got this, and I wonder if this is keyable in Primat. It's foolish to have downloaded the MP4 to try to key it out, but maybe. All right, so we got that, and I'm gonna add a little bit more to the background here. Okay, we can
once
get
again
this.
keying something that shouldn't be keyable.
Should not be keyable. I'll do that. I'm gonna blur the matte a little bit, shrink the matte a little bit. I mean, this is a luckily forgiving. Whoa, I'm losing the eyes there, so got to get the eyes back. What do we do?
Just use a quick mask and use the compositing options.
Whoops. Oh, you know what? I wonder if the little checkbox for
core matte.
Core matte would work.
Oh,
it's a little bit hard. You know what? I'm short on time. I'm gonna do it the lazy way.
No, wait, just use an effect mask in the compositing options.
Oh yeah, last week we learned and talked about effect masks, which is a brilliant solution for this. I've now committed to this version. Okay,
Kyle
so
says in this context, creepy missing eyes might be a feature and not a bug.
That's very true. Okay, so let's say the clip ends there and starts at this moment when she kind of amps up into it. Okay, so we'll go with that. Let me add, whoops, got some stuff up there. One of my mistakes in the live demo was spending way too long on the rotoing part of it. I mean, Rotobrush did handle that Louis walk through the convention center, which is not an uncomplicated background to try to isolate a human figure from. But it handled it very capably. So here, we'll do this, and we'll call this one the woman, and then we'll bring her into a new comp. I wonder if, you know what, in here I'm going to throw a little bit of a, soften that edge even a little bit more with a matte choker. Some simplified geometry, so it's, yeah, they're nice and clean. Great, okay.
Justin Leduc is asking if there is an AI key for After Effects yet, and Rotobrush 2, which is in After Effects now, is an AI-assisted roto tool. So there's that.
But maybe. Oops. Oh dear. Oh dear. I've asked too much of it.
15 minutes and 4 seconds.
50. Oh gosh, maybe. I should be looking at this timer. Okay, 15 minutes. Seth,
I forgot
Seth,
we had a timer.
How's your filming going and stuff?
It's going well. I actually don't want to show my screen just yet because
Fair enough.
I have an idea. So I'm sorry. I'll show my screen on the next one, but this one I want to.
It's all good. I've got some enough going on here. So I'm gonna do a track mask and do face detailed features and play that through. We've isolated just 4.5 seconds of this little clip, so it shouldn't be too bad. I doubt that I have put RBF on this one, so I'm going to have to do something different.
I can share it with you real quick in Slack if you want it.
It's in. Do that.
Okay.
Darby asks,
you know what? I'll figure it out. That's my bad for not having it. Do your thing. We got 14 minutes.
Hashi Darby asks, do you find yourself using the Rotobrush tool or Mocha for these cutout situations?
Rotobrush tool, almost always, unless I am tracking something like a bicycle frame where I want some fidelity of the lines, perhaps to be vectors instead of interpolated lines or something like that. That's where I kind of make the difference. So if I'm trying to roto out like a wheelbarrow, for example, something kind of like obscure, but it would have very like clean hard lines, or a car, I would go with Mocha. But if I'm doing a human figure, always Rotobrush. All right, so I'm going to change my mask setting to none. And let's see, I don't know what I should set the rest pose as here because they're all a little up. So this is the subtlest I think the smile gets is right here. So I'm going to set the rest pose right here. And I'm going to extract and copy face measurements in case I need any of those. And let's see, what is in the background of that? Maybe Crazy Witches thing.
The background, it's just people in a party looking atmosphere. It's just a lot of people.
It's like okay. People leaning in and looking. Okay, I'm going to, let's see, How about don't worry about the background, just worry about the smile first. You got 12 minutes and 16 seconds. That's fair. We'll put in the background afterward. Oh, but you know what?
Yes, the face tracking's been in After Effects for a long time. I think longer than 5 years, Kyle. I think.
All right, I've found my background.
Good background.
It's perfect. Okay, so we'll say the 2 megabyte version of that from Storyblocks. Thank you, Storyblocks. And then let's see. Oh my goodness, this computer is burning up.
11 minutes and 38 seconds.
I'm asking you to do so little right now.
The face tractor was introduced in After Effects CC 2015 in June 15th, 2015.
And no one knew what to do with it at that point.
7 years ago.
People are just now figuring out things to do with it, at least in my life.
Well, let's see. I'm going to close Photoshop. Try to get of RAM back on this computer to see if I can wake it up a bit, because for whatever reason, my display has stopped updating inside of inside of After Effects. So, Seth, is your screen showable yet?
It's not yet. It's not yet. It's okay. We can both just talk. Talk.
Yeah, we'll just talk. I'm gonna quickly restart After Effects and see what the issue is. This laptop does not love to have a lot of things run at the same time, and we're pushing it. But it's part of the challenge, right? Like, it wouldn't be exciting if there wasn't a limitation. Like, if Gladiator didn't get stabbed before the final battle, then
Yeah.
What do you call there's got to be what is the term for that, Seth? For the
show must go on.
Extra burden on the hero.
Oh, extra burden on the hero. Wait, what?
Like I feel like if you do the final fight with the main bad guy and the hero has one advantage they've been able to push, you take it away for the final fight.
Oh yeah. Nothing's coming to mind for what that's called. Well, let's see.
Excellent. Okay, we're back in business, everybody.
In the storyboard workbook from Plot Devices, which you can get at plotdevices.co.
Oh my gosh. Guys, I check this out. I am kind of in love with how well this background works.
Wow, that's awesome.
It's just it's amazing. Okay, now we got to do smile. Okay, what does it look like?
Seth, do you have time to look this up? You got 9 minutes and 30 seconds.
Oh yeah, don't yeah.
I got time for whatever I want.
All right, so let's start with an adjustment layer. Or do I want an adjustment layer or do I want it right on the layer? I'm going to try it right on the layer. I'm going to add liquefy. Distort, liquefy. And instead of just jumping right in and, oh, you know what? I really should do the inverse face stabilizing business. It would save a lot of time. But oh my gosh, there's not a ton. Okay, so what do I want to do? I'll maybe take the eye and the nose. And I'm going to do what I want to do. My brain is completely freezing for what I want to do here. Okay, I want to take the this is so exciting. Okay, I want to use track motion and I want to put one of the dots there on the pupil, and one, and I'm going to do rotation as well. I'm going to ignore scale for now. And maybe I'll just do the eyes, because the eyes seem pretty firmly open this whole time, which is nice. So I'll do that. I've created 2 track points like this, but I'm not going to run the actual tracker to do this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab those already tracked measurements from down here. So the face track points, I've got the right eye, I've got the left eye. So for track point 1, I'm going to copy the left pupil settings and paste them right here. Do I paste them in feature center or attach point? I think it's attach point. And then right eye, I'm going to grab the right pupil and paste that to the attach point of that layer. I will change the stabilize type, or the tracker type, to stabilize, and then apply it. And then say, okay. And then what that should do for me is I should now have, look at this, a centered and tracked face, which actually looks pretty creepy by itself. You can see the shoulders and everything are moving around that. So now I can play with just the static effect of this. So let's, I'm going to pre-compose the woman. How much time we got? Oh, 6 minutes?
6 minutes? Oh, boy.
Ooh. Okay, this is going to be fun. This is going to be fun.
6 minutes and 45 seconds. You've got
and 45 seconds. Oh, that's practically 7. What am I talking about? Pre-compose. Move all things stabilized. All right. So now in here, I'll quickly add a liquefy effect. And because the head is pretty stationary, I'll just grab the bloat tool. I'll make it about this big and just tap the eye a few times, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So those are some kind of slightly creepy, bigger eyes. I'm going to maybe go even a little bit more with them to like bug out the whole area. What do we think? That's kind of creepy because it's got to be pushed, but not too much. So on this specific liquefy, I'll call it the eyes, and I'll set the percentage keyframes to be high by here, but I'll start them out a little bit smaller. Still slightly bigger, so the whole time it's creepy, but they get a little bit bigger by the end here. I think I've gone too far, actually, with the size there. So maybe back to here. They've got to be just annoyingly that size. And then I'll add another instance of liquefy here, and we'll call this one a smile. And this will just be to distort the face's smile into a wider shape. And then the last burden is going to be trying to add some like scary sharp teeth to this scenario, because right now it's kind of simple. Okay, so let's pull back the corners of the mouth with some liquefy. Whoops. I'm trying to grab the skin next to the teeth, so I'm keeping the teeth a little bit more intact, and what I'm exaggerating is this shadowy part of the mouth. And this is going to be weird anytime you use a liquefy on top of footage. Depending on how well the stabilize was applied, you can get kind of varied results. So I mean, this is adequately like yucky looking already. So let's put the distortion percentage at 100 here, but at the beginning we'll turn it down a little bit, like maybe not all the way to 0, but maybe here, and then it'll get wider for that open mouth moment. Do we want an expression, like a slightly more like play with the brows a bit? What do we think? We got 4 minutes. We could play with the brows a little bit. I'm just going to do just slight evil brows. It's cartoonish, but it can work. Slight cartoonish, evil eyebrows.
Turn like this is not Premiere Pro. This is After Effects, as it says at the top of the screen. And Hashi is using the new 2023 version that just released a few days ago at Adobe Max. But he's using features currently that have been in After Effects for 7+ years.
Yes, I'm using practically nothing new here. one thing that, let's see, what am I missing from here? I know that there's a what do we got? We got 3 minutes. Okay, what are the
3 minutes? I'm actually done.
You're done?
What?
Oh my goodness! Why aren't we on your screen?
Well, do we want to watch them when the timer's done?
Switch over. Do your thing. I'm gonna try to find some.
Okay, so I've got this plate here that I shot of me wearing the green mask. I put my hoodie on. I look around a little bit, and I take the hoodie off, and then I put on some fake glasses. I reach down, pick up some fake glasses, and I put them on, and I look around, and so. There's several things going on here, and oh wait, what just happened? That's weird.
Oh my gosh, we have 2 minutes and 20 seconds before we are deaded.
Anyway, that was actually my joke. Was just I take the green mask off and then I'm invisible underneath. Thank you very much.
I like that joke.
That's all. That's what I was doing. Trickster.
Well
Hashi,
done.
what are you
Trickster.
doing? Go back to what you're
Classic trickery. All right, so. I am right now going to attempt to bring in some creepy teeth here. So I'll call these the teeth. 1 minute left. This is going to be weird. Let's see if I can paint bucket tool out the background here. Okay, pretty well. Like you could try keying it too, but I have a feeling that there's a lot of overlap here. Okay, here we go. That's good. And we'll switch that to blending mode, stencil, alpha, invert, and then a little bit of matte choker. Oh, this doesn't have all of my favorites installed on here yet. Okay. Matte choker, a little bit more right here. Okay. Now we've got this, and now we've got to go back to our smile here. Oh, man, I don't know how I'm going to do this.
You got a minute and 3.
Minute 3. Okay, so what we're going to have to do here is scale this down. You know what? We probably need, I'm going to put the teeth in their own pre-comp, and then I'm going to...
45
seconds? No, this is unfair. This is ridiculous. Okay, the top teeth, and we're going to liquefy them. I can't spell.
34.
34, okay. Control bigger, make be a smile thing there, and then layer new
20 seconds. 20
solid.
seconds.
We need a black solid behind it. Oh God. Okay. Okay. There's the black solids behind it. The teeth too. The woman. Not that one. You want this one in here. And then
5,
that's there,
4,
and then do 4. No.
4, 3.
No, I thought I'd have more time. Wait, no.
So close.
I am. My largest apologies to this lovely
model.
stock model.
All right.
Okay.
Well, we got close.
We got interestingly somewhere.
Does yours move? Does your let's show your distortion moving though.
So there we go. It's it's terrible. We have none of the spooky factor that I was hoping. I figured it wouldn't be hard to get to creepifying somebody, but you can always fail in new ways that you didn't know. That's
the magic of visual effects is that you can always fail in brand new ways every day.
Always make new mistakes.
Some people want to see the reversed stabilization, Hashi.
Yeah.
Fine.
Have you set that part up yet?
Have you set it up? Because I gave you
What do
SOB.
you do then? My brain can't parse that right now. You take the position, put it back on the thing. I don't remember how to do it right.
That's why we made SOB and RBF. So you can just do
That's why. Yeah, Seth made a tool because we have to remember how to do this every time. Okay, I'm gonna say this is here's my piece. I stole an extra minute or two here. It's that end pose is definitely not all I hoped it would be, but maybe here could be a pretty good shot. Anyway, that's the fun of the timer. Seth,
So, what are we doing next?
what are we doing next? My goodness,
Birdemic,
what else?
Casper.
We've got Casper.
Casper
We've
seems
got
fun. I kind of want to do Casper.
Do Casper, man.
I am going to do Casper. What are you going to do?
Casper Van Diem.
Okay, that's going to be Casper Van Dien will be our. I just typed Casper Van Dien into Sketchfab.
Let's see, Michael, have you been had an eye on the chat at all? If there were any suggestions from stuff that so I'm feeling uninspired right now.
Suggestions, yes, there were suggestions. Hang on, let me get back.
I need some inspiration from my amazing children.
Mustache on Henry Cavill. Plane crash from Air Force One. Invisible Man Kevin Bacon version where you can see the veins. Tsunami from the movie 2012. If you recall that lovely fluid simulation crash destruction scene. Dari Facento wants the She-Hulk twerk scene, and Kyle Hamrick wants the underwater sequence from Escape from New York, complete with a shark that tries to bite.
On every vacation.
Oh, we got ads.
Don't worry about that. Don't do the twerking scene because that's basically just a mix-a-mo.
It is just mix-a-mo. Yeah, we can't do that.
Jason Murphy says you can use a mini puff if you want it.
So Jason Murphy has provided me with an amazing model of mini puff.
Do we have regular size puff? Because I can't find a good model for it.
I don't know.
That's no worries. No worries.
All right. So yeah, how much prep do we do before we decide what it is? I like. What were all of those suggestions again? I liked one of them, and I'm forgetting which one I liked.
They were Birdemic. Oh, all of those suggestions. Sorry, go ahead.
Did you like the suggestion for the underwater New York scene with the shark? That's
a bit of a lot there. I'm concerned about that. Though I do kind of like the idea of trying an Invisible Man Kevin Bacon style thing.
Oh, I think now they've scrolled back in the chat. I don't want to let Patrick Adkins think we'd not seen his Seth Burley comment about Seth's beard. Yes, we think that it's a very funny joke, Patrick. Thank you.
Great job.
All right.
The ideas were the plane crash from Air Force One.
I'm gonna try a Hollow Man face.
Hollow Man.
Okay.
All right. So are we starting the timer?
Oh darn! I guess we are.
All right.
Okay. I'm gonna try to film a little plate of sorts.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to film plate too. I'm trying to decide what my Casper is gonna be like. If I do Casper Van Dien, I have to turn him into kind of a ghost. I've got to find a Casper Van Dien.
What do I need?
I also thought about finding like an illustrated, like flat version of Casper the Ghost and just rotoing him out and putting him into a plate. But let's see. Where's footage of Casper Van Dien just being Casper Van Dien?
Okay. Let's see. I've filmed a plate of me just looking around on my phone. Well,
I'm a ghost. So hello. I'm your ghost.
But
to pretend
that's what I was going to do.
Pretend not to notice it.
Upload. Got to upload a photo here. Let's upload this
Hashi,
video.
you took your glasses off and revealed you're beautiful all along.
I was not just. It's not just the brains. It's the brains and the poor eyesight. Let's see. All right. I am wisely on hotel Wi-Fi uploading a piece of video.
Michael, that looked funnier just in Skype, like not in this box. Just this lonely ghost sitting on Skype. I looked over at Skype and just saw it was the one, not that one. It was the one where you're like eating something or something. I don't remember. It was like right after that. It was the background was normal. This one. In fact, I'm going to go to a view of just Michael so everyone can see why this is so funny. I don't know. Oh no! Oh, timer restarted.
Oh
well,
my gosh,
that's a
we
fluke.
got soft and we got checked.
All right. So.
All right. Oh, goodness gracious. St. Ignatius. Oh, yeah, my hair is amazing today. Let's see. What am I trying to do? I want to start here. This is not going to be a very crazy shot, but what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to 3D track my head, like erase the background, which I should have. I'm right here. I should have shot a plate. I didn't. What does the background look like? Background looks like this. Nuts. That was poor thinking. Usually I try to film a plate and the shot at the same time. Which, you know what? Let's do that. I'm going to film a plate and then move myself out so I know that I've got kind of a same lighting condition background situation.
So I'm doing Casper. I've got this Miss Minutes here that I'm going to use as my ghost. She's going to fly around and be the ghost that we always needed. So I'm going to set up my green screen and film Miss Minutes floating around, and then I'm going to find the right plate for it.
Good luck. I still need to get my footage back into here. What's your time, right? 18:20. All right. This hotel Wi-Fi is serving me not too bad. Upload. Okay. Got to upload that video to the computer. I know I could probably do this with a wire or something, but I don't know where wires are and how they work. All right.
I forgot.
Okay, it's uploading.
Eggs.
We're getting there.
Oh God.
Whoa, Seth with a green screen.
I forgot to
what is your plan, Seth?
Huh?
What is your plan?
Plan? I don't know, I'm making this up as I go. No, I am going to... I think I said it a second ago. I'm going to film Miss Minutes floating around on this green screen here, being a ghost. Maybe some dynamic move like that, like, hi there. And then I'll film a plate. God, I'm out of breath. This green screen is huge. And then I am going to composite them. Now, the thing about Casper that I noticed...
The thing about Casper, that's the follow-up like spin-off sitcom.
Well, it's doing like a screen or ad blend mode thing there, where like this Lumen thing, where like it's very cleverly isolating his face and making it less transparent by putting this harsh key light on his face that's hitting him from like a quarter from the side, and so I could do that practically here, but it'd be a little difficult because I have all these windows and I don't have any lights except for my lamps. So I'm trying to decide if I want to do that practically here or if I actually want to... I think I'm going to track it onto Miss Minutes and do it digitally. I have 16 minutes, so I need to shut up and just do it. So
yeah, just do it.
Just do it.
All right.
You want me to go to your After Effects? I'm going to do it.
Let's see. I'm in After Effects. I've got my clip of me just moving my head around a little bit like that. And what I'm going to hopefully do is I'm going to try to roto out my head here. And I should have done this on a keyable surface. That would have been wise. But I'm going to try to rely on Roto Brush 2 for this. So let's open up our footage layer. Let's go to Roto Brush. And I'm going to make a slightly smaller brush. And Roto Brush 2 loves segmentation. So if you can give it a bunch of different segments for it to be tracking, even if it feels redundant, it'll often help you in the end because it'll know what areas of your image to find instead of just doing one big squiggly line across everything. So this is going to be that side of the neck. This is going to be this side of the neck. This is going to be that. We'll hope for the best here. And then for the top, let's grab the Refine Edge tool, make it a little bit bigger, and grab all of this stupid Hashi hair that is just frustrating. Okay, there we go. And let's maybe alt out some of that. So we're just getting the edge there. And
we have to say Rotobrush 2 because the original Rotobrush sucked so bad that it's a completely different tool. I mean, it literally is a completely different algorithm under the hood.
Yeah, if you tried Rotobrush and so you never tried Rotobrush 2, you were missing out on an incredibly powerful tool. You'll see that I basically established what I wanted my mat to be here, roughly. And right now, Rotobrush is going to chug across these 7 seconds, including this very fine mat for my hair up here. You can see that it's doing...
You can't see, Hashi, because the timer is in the way.
Oh, the timer's in the way. But let's see. I'll gotta do... Nope. I'll scrub it down. Look at this beautifulness. Isn't that amazing?
That's doing a surprisingly good job of knowing what it is and isn't hair.
So I'm playing through, and then as it goes through, as it steps through each new frame, you can see that it's just because I put little tracking markers on my nose, on my chin, on all of the parts of my face that I knew would at some point like poke out from the body of my face. That segmentation trick makes it, and so After Effects is looking for them ahead of time. It's a really good idea, even with human figures, which Rotobrush 2 is exceptional at medium shot human figures moving around. But if you segment them, you get a cooler result. So tip of the day from me. And let's see.
They're saying like the forearm should be one stroke, the upper arm should be a different stroke, the chest area for a medium shot. So you should have a stroke per major limb, basically.
Exactly, and if they're doing a lot of chaotic movement, you can get as detailed as like make it look like a little like primitive rig, basically, because that will really help guide. Like it looking for like just a forearm that's flying around through frame and keeping with that is it is quite good at. But following the shape of an arm that keeps on bending and twisting and is an unpredictable shape at every time, we can get confusing. So, throw it a bone, and then check out how amazing Rotobrush 2 can be.
Trevor McPherson says, "Why is this called a VFX and chill when this is completely harrowing? These timers are like the world's worst client." Yeah, it's a rough deadline to me.
That is because this episode is a VFX and kill episode is what.
Or VFX and thrill if you prefer a little bit less violence. Although that is a stick of dynamite up there, so
it is.
I think dynamite. It's VFX and thrill.
We will die if we have not done our jobs well. Okay, we're tracked all the way through. I don't know if I should freeze it or if I should just trust that.
You should always freeze it. You should have just frozen it from the beginning.
Always.
I know. Freeze. Okay. Freeze. All right. Oh my gosh, this is the nerve-wracking part.
So Hashi, while you wait for this freezing to happen, now's a good time to talk through your plan for the rest of it, so you have like a good structure.
That's a good point. And in fact, one of my hopeful stages was to find a rubber mask of sorts. So look at that amazing work by Vlad. There's a copycat online that made a tutorial of how to make a similar piece, which is very flattering. But yeah, the rest of my plan, right? The rest of my plan is to try to create a rubber mask of sorts that fits over my head, erase my head, track my head, and replace my head with a rubber mask. And this rubber mask specifically needs to have holes for the eyes and mouth that are revealing the back of the inside of my head. Now, the way that this... I'm going for a full head CG replacement, which is a little bit silly because... But I did that because I don't have a rubber mask with me. I'm traveling and I left it in my other bag. But... if I were really telling you to do this, I would do what they did in the film, which is put a green sock over your head and then put on the rubber mask so you have a real rubber mask. track the head, figure out what the geometry of it is, and then key the back of the head into the space. But I don't got that luxury right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to dive into Cinema. Let's see. Have I... I'm trying to think of if I've updated that or not. I have not. So I have not installed the Sketchfab importer yet. But I'm going to go onto Sketchfab and check out if Rubber Mask has anything good in it. Let's see.
9 minutes and 28 seconds.
Oh my gosh. So let's see. I want a. Oh my gosh. I don't know what I want for this. Mannequin head, maybe. Okay, and did I check downloadable? I remember. Okay, so let's find. You know what? There was likely a great version of something in the asset library too. So let's just do that since we're running short on time. We're under 10-minute mark, so let's go.
Hey, do you guys think that RotoBrush would, or that Face Tracker would track this?
Well, no, I don't think the actual Face Tracker would track this. Look at this generic head.
I love generic head.
I'm going to download that.
Yeah, that's not.
Don't. I'm just gonna.
What are you talking about?
I'm just gonna sit here and I'm going to go to point.
From the sculpting collection.
Okay, so check this out. So right here from the asset browser, I brought in just a generic head, which I will. Let's see. No, go away now. I don't need you anymore. Close. Okay. I'm going to make it more like a. I don't want the brush selection. I want maybe a lasso to lasso out the bottom of this. Trying to do this while that roto brush locking happens in the background. What do we got? I probably could have done a ring selection for this, right? This
model has really good.
This could have been an email.
Solid loop selection would have been.
Guys, okay, Face Tracker didn't work, but you know what did work? Freaking Camera Tracker.
Camera Tracker.
So now I got a solid flying around in this Miss Minutes.
Let's see if my thing is frozen. I'm going to run the Camera Tracker in a second here. So we've got my roto-brushed face, and we've got the background there. And what I want to try to do is, let's see, I'll pre-compose this so there's no way it is monkeying with anything. And I'm going to run the Camera Tracker on it. Where is it? Track camera. It's going to try tracking my face in the background, which hopefully works while I jump back into Cinema 4D and do a little bit more point deletion. So how big do I want these eyes to be? I kind of like how big. Again, I learned nothing from the potential loop selection situation here. Okay, undo that. Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm going to select those and shift select these and delete them. Select these and those, delete them. And this, oh dang, that's pretty good. That's sort of what I want is the creepy being able to see through something. And I'm going to also try to grab. We have a loop here. That feels pretty cool. I would add some kind of like Morphe blend shape stuff to this, but we're too tight on time. So let's call this generic head bust. Let's leave that there, and I want a material on it. So let's try. You know what? I should go back to my asset browser and go to materials, and let's just try cloth. Oh no, it's supposed to be. It's weird, like latexy, right? Black rubber. No, I don't like that. Okay, I'm going to have to pick a different material. But let's save this 3D model at least as, where's our episode here? under here, 3D stuff, mask. Oh no, my Canadian keyboard or my weird accented keyboard is enabled for some reason. Okay, so we've got that. Let's jump back into After Effects and see how the analyzing is going. Oh my gosh, it is analyzing so slowly. So I'm gonna close Cinema 4D and try to give this thing a little bit more power. Oh, this is tense.
Are you in the beta or no? You're in the public release of After Effects. So
I'm in the public release.
The beta version of After Effects that just came out during Max has native 3D model import functionality. It's rough, that's why it's in the beta, but it is there.
And okay, in the meantime, since I don't have that, I'm going to go with my good old friend Element and bring in. Let's see, we have so many Raptor assets. What am I going for? Elements 3D stuff.
4 minutes and 5 seconds.
4 minutes. Oh my gosh. Presets. Do I at least have my pro shaders? Okay, cool. Let's grab I'm gonna go for a fabric effect anyway, because that sounds fun. For the environment, let's grab one of the generic environments. The hotel is sort of this kind of a deal, maybe. What looks like this hotel room. It really doesn't matter at this point. I'm just going to say it looks like that in the background, and we'll say okay. And then, in the meantime, let's add a null, and we'll see if the camera tracker got my face. And it did for the whole thing. Okay, so I'm going to go to a frame where I'm looking as straightforward as possible, which I think should be right here. I'll grab this forehead spot and the corners of my mouth, maybe. Create a solid and camera right there.
Looking good.
And then I'm going to call this the wall, because I'm going to use my normalized track script, which basically puts this in the center of the world. So now if I go to Element and I created a null already, right? Cool. So I'll scale this up. What do we got? We got 2 minutes. Oh, I forgot. In Element, I've got to enable. First of all, that texture looks kind of like garbage. Let's try this one. I don't know. And we've got to check render back faces. Where is that? It's in the advanced settings. Oh my God. Draw back faces. Okay. Oh, and that texture is even worse. 2 minutes? Why?
2 minutes
Why?
and 2 seconds.
Why would we?
2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Why are these the rules? Who made
these silly rules?
Okay, there we go. Okay, so Hashi face. Where's the original comp? And oh nuts! And see, now I need the. Man, I'm not going to have time to erase this stuff, am I? I'm going to scrub to the end because I know I moved myself out of the frame for a second so I could. No. Okay. Oh gosh. 1 minute. I don't know how this is going to go.
1 minute and 15 seconds. 15.
Okay, so what I'm trying to do is roughly align the face mask element with where I think the my head is going to be, which is not bad. It's like reasonably on track. It's a little bit, can't tell where it is in Z space, but we're getting some weird errors. Like what I would normally do is add a couple of keyframes throughout to try to keep that on point. But that seems okay for now. I forgot that I've got to check that box in here in the last 45 seconds to draw the back faces again. Do that. Okay, we got that. Render settings. Do I have a little bit of ambient occlusion or something enabled?
30 seconds, Seth. 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
30 seconds. Oh my gosh, I did not even get to the bit of this that I really wanted to do, which was taking the original footage, using the roto-brushed thing as a track mat, which, oh my gosh, I forgot it's the new version of this all. So, oh, no. Alpha, not Luma, inverted.
All right.
Oh.
I got somewhere I kind of like. How'd you do?
I did not get to what was supposed to be the moment where I just like tracked my empty background for a second into the background. So, and I also didn't paint in the inside of my shirt, which was my other plan. So, so I did a little rough. Let's try to RAM preview this, maybe at half res. So what do we got? We got go gadget playback. Yeah, did not get where I wanted to with this. What I was excited about, my ambient occlusion is turned up way high. Very low poly model, first of all. I could have thrown it into a subdivision surface or made it a little bit better. But what I was hoping to do was to have, a kind of see-through neck, and I wanted the effect from Hollow Man where you can see through the face to that cool inside of it. But man, my not getting to the background replacement part is.
I kind of like the look you've got going on here. I think for a different kind of creature, it'd be neat to have kind of like the background, but just like slightly wrong. Like the way your hair is like poking around there, it just looks weird and great. I love it.
It does. It is an unusual type of creature for sure. So, like, if this were, let me see. I'm curious if I tried to do something like. I didn't mean rough and edges. I meant matte choker, right? If I choked that out a little bit and feathered it. Oh, see, I could have done that, and I could have gotten a little bit further. And then the next thing that I would have done, obviously I could have tracked in the background. I made a better background for here. But then the next thing after that I would have done is I would have made a duplicate of the of Hashi face. And one thing you may notice that happened right there is when I duplicated Hashi face, I did set up the Roto Brush 2 as an inverted alpha matte, meaning it punched out this data. But then when I duplicated this layer, I want y'all to see it's still happening on this one. And that is because of the new amazing universal track matte options in After Effects. Track mattes can be just one layer.
Track mattes are one of my favorite new features.
Incredible stuff. So After Effects team, we are so thankful in the community for that because we've needed it. Except for in this case, we actually don't. So I'm going to switch it back to none. And then what I would always do is instead of trying to color match and do anything like that, I would just probably make a little circle selection from my shoulder here and then kind of transform it, put it down below everything, and then I could just slide it right here. There we go. Instant inside of my shirt. It's sort of the right shadow color. It's key to there. And see, if these were imagine what we could do with 35 minutes, but 20 makes for good television. It's like the cooking shows. It's like Nailed It, where you don't give people enough time to do it legit. And that's where the fun comes from. So look at this. I like this. And it wasn't that many more minutes of cheated time. People will learn quickly that I do not respect the timer in this in these episodes. But there we go. Check it out. Hollow Man. Seth, where did you end up?
I made this ghost.
I love it.
That's a good ghost.
That ghost is out of time. I don't know.
Well, it could have been a little better.
That's all the good elements. Yeah.
It does.
So the original looks like. Let me turn off. Just looks like she looks like this. If I can turn off Rotor Brush and Primate, that's what I shot. Flying around, I rotored it, using Primate to get rid of the spill, and then I camera tracked just this and put this solid on here that, we're not, the camera's not in the thing. Hang on a second. So then I have the solid flying around with her. And on the solid, I put CC Spotlight. And then I used that as a Luma matte. And then I put a darker Miss Minutes down underneath. So I have this top layer here, that's set to additive mode. This bottom layer that's set to screen mode, that's just where her levels are turned down. So now I've created this simulated lighting in the same way that Casper did, to be able to isolate which parts need to be more transparent, which parts need to be less transparent. And so I think I can push it even more, honestly, like if I grab some curves and did up and down with the S curves. I brought it into here, then I did like a color vibrance thing on it. I did some optical glow on it.
I use optical glow on all the things. I love it so much.
It's so fun.
Then, instead of going into Super Comp, I just put an adjustment layer under here and used that layer as an alpha matte for the adjustment layer and put blur, just a little bit of fast blur on it. And I would have done a little more things. So then you can see that like the background, here it is with it off, here it is with it on. It blurs the background behind it.
Chromatic displacement might be good for that too.
That's a better idea. Let's do
drive the chromatic displacement by the Miss Minutes.
That's smart. So instead of an alpha matte, we'll do Miss Minutes Ghost. Let's turn off Miss Minutes here, and then let's turn up. And let's soften it. And then let's see.
I mean, a little bit of the blur too would be good. There's a universe compound blur effect.
Oh, that's
that would be
fun.
Good for that.
That's really fun. I wonder if do you push it in the negative, or do you do like, should it be negative displacement?
How optically you want it to be. Like, I think you just need to do a subtle version of that without too much softening, and then use like universe compound blur or just the fast blur to just soften it some more.
Compound blur. That's smart.
Compound blur could be really cool.
And let's set it for Miss Minutes.
For the regular
I do enjoy this part of showing the slapdash part and then showing the refine process, because if you think about it, it lets you know that working really, really hard to get set up may not be as necessary as you think, depending on what type of project you're doing. Oh, look at that.
That's real interesting.
It's
a ghost. And you know what? If I set it to use effects and masks and I blur it a little bit even more.
Well, yeah, that is a very good trick if you're using any kind of displacement mapping. If you have a duplicate of your layer with some blur on it, and are using it with effects and masks as the displacement map, it's a fun way to get to add softness to your displacement. And there's some of that built in to chromatic displacement, which is really nice. So you can still use the original layer and soften it, which is what I did for that Liquid Metal Terminator thing at the very beginning. But knowing how to do this would work for like the built-in After Effects displacement, should you need it for something like this.
So the point is, we did it.
That is plussed in a very lovely way. I like the way that Miss Minutes Ghost is appearing. And honestly, Miss Minutes has the vintage aesthetic of a Casper Ghost. Yeah, I don't remember.
His eyes are perfect.
What studio did Casper and not Peabody and Sherman? Who was the other one? There was another character, the human Casper.
The human Casper?
No, like there was a kid that the cartoon looked just like Casper by the same studio at about the same time. I just don't remember. They had a. a striped red and white shirt or orange and white shirt. And
are you talking about Devon Sawa as Casper in the movie Casper?
No.
The chat is all saying Richie Rich.
Not Richie Rich. It was like you could get a plush, maybe talk doll of it at the. I mean, I don't doubt that Richie Rich could have been made by the same thing.
Oh my gosh, what you're saying is, oh my God, it's coming back to me. Keep going.
It's
what
like
are you
it was
talking
like
about?
a pull-string doll, and it had red hair that, like, by the time you saw it in real life, was yarn that had like melted down to the face, and they had a Casper and they had a whatever the other character's name is, and I feel like it was in the realm of Peabody, but I know that that's probably because I'm thinking of Peabody in German, so I don't rightly remember, but something like it.
It's exciting to think about, though.
I swear.
Now the chat is like, Raggedy Andy, Archie?
No, not Raggedy Andy or Archie.
Doug Appleton in the chat suggests to plus up your Miss Minutes a little bit more, Seth. Add some chromatic displacement around the edges so that Miss Minutes is distorting the air around her.
That's smart. So... you mean chromatic aberration? Right?
No, he means making it, like, scaling it up a little bit, like blurring it and using levels to make your displacement map a little bit outside the edges, so that it's not just happening inside, but also a little bit on the edges.
It's actually what I'm doing right now. It's actually happening a little bit around the edges right now, because I blurred the map. See, it's a little bit around the edges. It's creating, but we want more of it. So what are we saying to do then? We're saying to...
I'm not sure. In the meantime, I was able to kind of quickly, not the best ever, but realign the background footage with a tracked null, so I could have more of a consistent background in my comp here.
Let's see.
Which let's see. I probably need to add a rotation keyframe. Did I save the rotation? No, I didn't. So let's rotate that to match that little seat in the background. So here we go. So now what I have added to this is we have the roto brushed out face. We have a copy of the shirt from over here, just moved over here. And I scaled it up, but left it as live footage. So it'll have all the noise and everything. And in theory, as my body moves around, the inside of the shirt will move around a little bit. I added the CC light sweep, just like in your like Dino Shader thing, to add a black feathered swatch. It may be reading pretty dark on the stream, I'm not sure, but to darken the inside, kind of like some kind of a hollow man. Maddie Mattel, that could be it. Let's see. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Patrick. There were definitely, I'm pretty sure that whoever made this one made a Casper as well. So Maddie Mattel, Casper, let's see if I can see them together. Yes. There you are, everybody. Sleep well. Enjoy your, I don't know why this thread started off with someone's neck bruising close-ups. I apologize for that, but let's open this image in its own little tab so we can just look at, okay, Maddie, Casper, and Belle. I do not I do not know what they are from, but they're delightful. Absolutely delightful.
Seth, someone suggests adding some fire stock footage to your ghost head. I think instead
That's just
of that,
Ecto.
Trap Code Particular would be better because it'd give you a little bit more organic, like separation, like to be able to follow the movement better than just fire stock footage would.
Okay.
Yeah, or you know,
Or just Ecto.
I think we've already talked through enough plussing up these shots. I think we have enough time left to do one more.
Oh, we do.
Although, hold on, I do just want to see what happens.
One more spooky shot.
Instead of doing Color vibrance. I'm going to hang on. I just want to apply Ecto here because I forgot that we had Ecto.
We've lost him, Michael.
Oh, you can't hear me? You can.
I can't believe you think to do Ecto. Switch to your screen so we can see it, Seth.
Oh, I forgot. Hang on. Ah! Where'd it go?
I will have at least one still from each of these shots. That is what I was going for.
Let's see. There's my screen. Ecto looks not great. Hang on. We can make it look great. A ghost! Film glow? No. Ah!
Yeah, I know. The film glow is much better.
Poltergeist.
That's pretty good.
A librarian.
I used that one recently for a post. For today's show, actually. The promo post for today's show uses that preset. I just tweaked it significantly, somewhat.
Yeah, this was looking better the way I did it before. Anyway, guys.
Okay. Yeah, we got to get to the last thing here.
All right, so what are you going to do next?
What do we want to try here? All right. Let me take a look at the. Can you cycle through our GIFs again? Okay, so we've got Casper. We've got. I'm kind of curious about trying the ring one. I think.
I was thinking about that too. Okay, so.
Why don't you both do the ring one?
All right, we'll both do the ring one. But I'm gonna not do the grabbing. I'm gonna reach into my television with that kind of like surface displacement stuff.
That's cool. That sounds good.
How am I going to do it?
I am going to try. Ooh, I don't know if I want to do something like trying to like push out of the TV, so like they're like a mirror surface that is like has the glitchiness pushing forward or something. I'll think about it. Well, yeah, we'll figure it out.
Well, let's start the timer.
Oh my God, this is actually more work than I want to do. All right, here we go.
Okay, starting the timer. Oh dear goodness gracious gracious. What do we got? Okay. We need to film a plate.
Looks crap! Sorry, I'm starting. All right, now it's starting.
There's that timer. There's that timer. Okay.
All right.
Let's. I'm gonna import that GIF and just take a quick look at what's going on here. The ring GIF. Okay, so the thing reaches out, grabs the kid, pulls him into a TV. Forward to a side view. Jeez. That's a complicated shot. There's a lot going on in it.
Yes, there are. There is.
I don't know what I would do. Let's see. I'm going to go over and try to film next to this TV set over here. Enjoy my...
Me too. Michael, tell everybody what's going on. What the hell are you doing? Can't hear you, Mike. Can't hear you, pal.
What's happening today is that Seth and Hashi are both doing spooky visual effects on a timer. So we're doing that. We've been setting 20 minutes on the timer and letting them go. They're having to acquire and or capture assets and then do the effects. We've done little ghosty effects, we've done invisible person effects, and it's been so far something of a blast. Right now, both Hashi and Seth are doing different takes on visual effects from The Ring, where something comes out of or goes into a television set that's all kinds of analog glitchy. While they are working on gathering their assets for that, I would like to mention that if you want a nice analog and glitchy looking look to any of your graphics, Universe from Red Giant has a effect called Analog that does emulation of what happens when a TV signal happens in old-timey TVs. It's got things like phase and all kinds of cool stuff like that. So I would highly recommend checking that out, as it's got there's a lot of cool presets for different kinds of different eras. So you can get TVs from like 50s all the way up through the 80s, kind of how tube TVs worked, and you can get some pretty good effects on your footage that way. I think that Red Giant should probably put something about Universe Analog into the chat at some point.
Ooh, that's a good idea. Red Giant, social media team, get on that.
So if you want to get started with Analog, boom. Nope, not that button.
Oh man, okay, let's see. I'm uploading one piece of footage that I filmed. It's going right now. It's uploading. We got 17 minutes left. I realize I need another element, which is the I want a spooky hand that's coming and grabbing the person, and I'm gonna film that. I got grab a pillowcase.
Now the chat has, I would say the chat has suggested modernizing it by making it an iPad or mobile phone screen pulling you in, but that's not nearly as fun because they don't have any cool analog glitchy effects to play with.
Yeah.
Not that either of you can hear me.
Yeah, chat.
We can hear you.
So there's no great keyable surface in this space here. But I'm gonna try to give myself a little Roby hand thingy and film it somehow. All right. I'll be back. I'll figure this out.
If we'd had camera operators that could follow you guys around, that would be great. So, but yeah, unfortunately, Hashi is in a hotel and does not have access to children and slave labor, and Seth's are in school. So
here, I'll turn this camera so we can see what I'm doing. I'm shooting it with my phone, but you guys can watch me do this ridiculous stunt that I'm about to do.
There we go. We won't be able to hear him, but we'll be able to see him.
So, okay, this little cabinet here, there was a TV on it. My phone is right down here-ish. My phone is like propped between a pillow and it's shooting this plate. I filmed a plate with just the TV there, and now I removed the TV and I opened the window, and I'm going to attempt to climb out the window in the same area generally where the TV is. So,
oh my gosh.
Here we go.
Good luck, don't die.
We'll see. I'm on a third floor, so no, I'm kidding. It's first floor.
I can't figure out how to film the right hand because I need to film it from a different angle than I can contort my arm to do.
Well, keep in mind, you've got 14 minutes and 40 seconds left.
14. Oh, jeez, Louise.
Seth going out the window looks great. It's good acting.
Okay. I've got to cover myself up with something peishable. Gosh, with a lot of moire. And then film my hand. Do this. We can do this. Oh, man, this hand is going to be the death of me. Let's see.
When a cloth on your screen has a glitchy sheen, that's amore.
This isn't going to work.
It's a very good joke, those of you in the chat who aren't familiar with what I'm talking about.
Wait. Oh, gosh. Why did I spend so much time filming pieces? Why? And again, why 20 minutes? It's so stupid. Why? Okay.
This was your idea, pal.
Good gravy. Okay, let's find this piece. Let's rename it Hashi TV. .mov, of course. Fine. All right. Let's bring in Hashi TV here. Beats, window, smoke, mirrors. Okay, here is. Let's begin the shot here and end it. I'm doing some crazy backbending.
That's good acting. I like that.
I mean, I've never been sucked into a TV by VHS ghost hands, but you know.
You got to try it at least once in your life.
Right. Okay. Zero that out. This is going to be a completely untrackable shot, which is not wise. But maybe this is a scenario I could use Mocha in. All right. Let's roto out Hashi, because unfortunately we need a rotoed asset here. Nope, that's not what I want to do. Nope. I want the roto brush tool, and we're going to use it very poorly today. We're going to use it like that. Blah, 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 blah. Actually, that did the hair better than I thought it was going to. And let's play forward. Seth, you want to... Oh, yeah, there we go. You can see my amazing acting being live roto brushed. I'm just going to try to correct any egregious error, but I'm not going to use RotoBrush 2's full capabilities here. I'm just going to get something. Okay, I don't really mind if it goes wild over the head contact point. We're doing it. We've got the shirt. We've got it isolated. Doesn't know that's the back of my head. I don't know if that matters, if that pops on or off. Okay, there's that. It doesn't get my arm, but who cares? That's going to be a glitchy, cool. That's the like a penetration spot. Let's stop and. Okay, no time to freeze. We're just going to pre-compose it and hope that nothing happens. Okay, 10 minutes.
10 minutes? I'm screwed. That's not happening.
Well, you've got 11 minutes, really. It's 10 minutes, 52 seconds.
Oh, thanks, Mike.
I might need to actually freeze it. No, I didn't. I really didn't want to freeze.
You have to freeze. You have to
undo. Okay, undo. Edit. No, gosh.
All right, well, you deal with that. This is So I got this footage of me climbing out my window. The problem is it's very difficult to go straight and like plank your body out a window. The big problem here, besides how awesome I look, is that's the play. Well, actually, it's not too bad. I might actually be able to do this. I thought the TV was lower than it was. Holy crap. Now I have to.
I think you got roughly the right elements there.
Oh, crap. Okay.
This is great. I like what you're doing here.
Oh, man. I didn't know it was going to work. It's going to be so much work now. Here we go. Gonna roto me and myself.
Oh, nuts. I didn't. No.
Oh, no. I shot it like 60 frames per second.
And I regret it. Michael, I know you said to always freeze like literally moments ago, and I didn't listen. I'm sorry.
It just makes things go so much.
We need to always listen to Michael drop too. So we need a corridor did it, and always listen to Michael drop.
Justin Lugde says, there ain't no way the girl from The Ring has the core strength to pull your grown ass in the TV. I mean, you did mention a good point. Leaning out through a screen the way she does, just carrying your own weight, does require a significant amount of core strength.
I mean,
think that when you die, you just get all the strength you ever need and want?
I have trouble if there's like more than 2 drinks in the drink caddy at the drive-thru and like trying to get that into my car. I don't know how these people are dragging bodies.
Why is Rotobrush having such a hard time with these planters behind my hand? And my watch? Come on. No, stop it. No one
like in this movie, all the characters will wear full neutral gray bodysuits.
Yep. Oh, this sucks.
Oh, this is wild. You got it. At what point is your hand through the TV, though?
Great question.
I think it's through it already.
Is it?
I guess not.
It's not.
You're right at the threshold, though.
Surfing. This is stupid looking. All right.
But yeah, anywhere past that where that second window pane
That's
starts.
what looks stupid when you have a beard like that, Seth.
Oh, thanks, man. I'm getting a lot of positive reviews of this beard. Except for my kids. My kids are not happy about it.
Well, what do they know?
What do they know?
What the kids think of your look is irrelevant. What your spouse thinks of the look is what matters.
Let's just say she likes it. Leave it at that.
Okay, there's no way this would work, right? If, for example, if this were an alpha matte, would this shot track? Will it track?
Will it track?
Maybe.
You think that'll track? It's so reflective.
It's so reflective. It's the worst possible thing to track, but
oh my God.
It hasn't ever worked before for anybody, but it might work for us.
I almost want to reshoot. That's the spirit. I'm sitting here, I'm like, man, how much time do we have? 6 minutes? No. I feel like I would just go reshoot this plate without this stupid planner back here. What
did I mean to do here?
Don't you hate when Rotobrush just like really likes a certain object and is like, okay, but you want me to take this planner, right? No. Okay, good.
Move all things into the thing.
I'm going to zoom out to find that it's like lost my head.
Why?
Frosty the Beer Man says your roto quality is set to standard. Yes, because otherwise it takes long. And we have we do not have long time. We have short time.
Have long time.
No have long time.
Still. And
why is it so tedious? Yeah. I mean, it's a lot better than it used to be. Like, rotoing out this whole shot that, like, Seth is doing previously would be like an hours long process instead of something that we can do in the midst of a 20-minute VFX go.
Yeah. I mean, and honestly, like, tools for image segmentation are getting smarter and faster than I thought they would get this quickly. So
Julian
I am
says,
excited.
Why not use both plates with a difference then threshold and use that as a luma?
It never looks good.
Probably due to the noise level of the capture.
It never works.
It looks like Apple photo booth circa 2007.
I might as well do your visual effects in Zoom.
Oh!
Zoom burn.
Here's where I got stuck and realized this is going to be very difficult. I was like, well, guess I'm going outside.
Well, this thing, the camera tracker, literally only grabbed parts of the edge of my outline. I'm so curious what it thinks this surface is. Okay, create a solid in camera. Where do you think that is, camera? Yipes. Oh, Hashi had done it again.
4 minutes and 13 seconds.
Why? This fail is this is a hard fail over here. Okay. Maybe there's help from someone. Let's see. Production crate. Do you have help?
Are we expecting them to call out back to us? Production crate.
Don't they have? I thought they might have had a scary ghost girl or something.
Scary sharks.
Plenty of sharks.
See, you should have done that underwater New York shot, Ash.
Well, I already used the sharks in the Little Mermaid in our mermaid.
That'd be done with that. We'd just be chatting now.
Frosty the Beer Man says,
Frosty the what, man?
Love these streams. Frosty the Beer Man says, love these streams. Wish they could go on for hours more. You guys make everything look so easy.
Thank you so much.
And bad.
That is very kind of...
As Hashi struggles with 3 minutes and 4 seconds left.
So easy and bad.
No, good gravy.
No, I don't want the planter. Rotobrush 2, get your own damn planter.
You heard the man. Okay,
There.
we've got
Okay.
that. We've got this. What am I even doing, Michael? I don't even know.
Jason
New.
Murphy says you could have mixed some mini puffs and been done.
I've never pressed these at the same
Jason,
time. Are we ready?
I know.
Oh, why didn't it
I
work?
know.
Freeze.
Dang it. Oh, well.
All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to create a new 3D camera. Oh, we got 2 minutes, right?
We're 2 minutes, and my rotor brush is
3D
freezing.
camera. I'll try to line it up in the room. Yep, it lines up just right there. Perfect. And let's add a couple of keyframes here. There's a keyframe there. Keyframe for you. Keyframe for you. Keyframe for you. I am nailing this now. We've so got this. We've so got it that you don't even need to worry about it. Rotate that one out a little bit. Look at that. Flawless manual tracking.
Flawless. Justin Leduc says Rotobrush thinks Seth is a pothead. And Mike Gaines says 60 frames per second for the win, Seth.
God, seriously. Why did I do that? I should have checked it first.
But we really do need to see Hashi's screen so people can appreciate what he's doing, Seth.
We've seen enough
God.
of Hashi's screen this episode, okay? And we're going to watch this whole thing freeze. No, I'm kidding. We do need to see Hash.
But Hashi's
Okay, I'm adding
done,
some
Hash.
fractal noise to
It's
a
done.
solid with some high contrast,
Just chill.
smaller scale.
You got a minute left. Just hang out and chill.
Minute. I know. I feel like I could do something. Maybe I'll add some.
Oh, you're making your
really
noise from
strong
scratch? See, I
vignette
feel like to
for that, and
add
then I'm
some
gonna
realism,
Bring in some, and now I'll VHS it.
for some realism, I'm going to grab some stock.
Choose a preset. Choose a preset. What do we got? I want extreme. Oh, I forgot about blank tape. Gall darn it. Okay. You're right. You're right, and I was wrong. But what I can do now is I'm going to add one of my favorite things, which is oh my gosh, what is it called? No, I.
Is it called You Got 10 Seconds Left?
Oh, no.
CC flow motion. CC flow motion. I'm going to do that right there.
5, 4,
I'm going to
3,
keyframe.
2.
Guys, I got bad news for you. I'm just going to keep working on this shot because I really want to do it.
I've got it. I'm done. Check it out.
No.
Staticky TV. I don't know where I'm looking and why I'm sitting so close to the TV. But then suddenly, here we go. And yeah, CC flow motion. Wow.
You did it, Hush.
Hey, you know what? There you go. 20 minutes. That's close enough for 20 minutes. That's good.
That's close enough. You would know what shot I was talking about in theory. Oh
Sure.
my gosh. That was interesting. Now, what would have happened if I had been able to bring in my my weird like Christmas play costume of my hand here? Okay, I'll grab. I know. I'll freeze this frame. One of my time freeze frame, and then on this frame we'll rotobrush just the individual frame. Ba 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 ba. There we go. There we go. And now that that's there, pre-compose that with everything, move all the things over there, and freeze this frame because I don't know if it's going to try to, what it's going to try to do. Freeze frame. There we go. We'll do. Yeah, here's what we would have had if I had the amazing time. I would have done some amazing animation here. Oh, yes. Oh, you know what? This could be 3D. This could be 3D. And it could be coming out of the television like this. Where's my black solid? It should be interacting with my black solid. Yes. Oh my God! Here we go. This is so exciting. Oh wait, no, but it won't.
It's fun.
Nuts! It won't go in. If I do this, it won't go in front of me though, unless, out of curiosity, can I tell my Hashi with flow motion to have a track mat of this hand inverted?
You can.
And keep it visible?
Yes.
I'm using a 3D layer as a track mat for this layer, and it's preserving the transformed 3D layer as the mat. It's not using the flattened out to everything mat. Everybody.
Wait, what? Say it again.
I'm using... Okay, wait, never mind. That would have happened before, right?
Yes, but
It's a 3D layer. And the 3D layer needs to be below me, like, because it needs to interact with this TV plane, okay? So that's unusual. So I would need to be in front of it to be in front of this TV. It's a 3D layer, I'm a 2D layer. But I really want this hand, and I'll label it hand, to be also in front of me, which doesn't make sense because it breaks the way that After Effects was thinking about this before. But now if I tell the Hashi layer, which is way up here above everything, to use the 3D hand as an inverted alpha mat, it punches it out wherever the hand is. So now this is interacting with two levels of depth, which is fantastic. Thank you, Adobe engineering team. That is dope. So many extra things like this that you couldn't do, and it was frustrating that we couldn't do because of like weird issues like this. Because I would often find myself in a situation where I wanted to be able to tell something, just ignore this one layer, please, and use yourself as the as a track mat or an alpha mat. And now, by golly, they've done it. They've really done it. They like us. They really like us. Okay, check it out. Okay, stupid, but now check it out. Like, so the 3D layer comes out from this plane, goes in front of my 2D layer, and then can be transformed and pulled back, and it preserves its interaction with the 3D card, and is perfectly matting me out. That is cool. So cool.
So really all you need now is like shine or something on the edges of your hands to make them feel like they're interacting with the TV screen. You're like good to go, really.
That's it. I would also... I'm going to throw the day for night looks filter on here and see what that looks like. Custom looks. So this is Magic Bullet Looks, which is a really quick and easy way to shop through a handful of looks for your film. I'm going to choose the day for night effect and move the vignette over to where the TV is. Maybe scale and customize it a little bit, like so. And I'll say okay. And now, so now we got a slightly more, ring. Yeah, look at that. And then, on the same thing, I could add like misfire or something like that. Or exporting a GIF. Well, maybe not with all the... just want that vignette yuckiness. There are better ways to do this. Okay, I'm going to call this as done as I'm going to do. Seth, how are you doing over there?
Mine got a little tricky. I go a little too high. My back goes a little too high right there, but I could probably puppet that or something, distort that down. But then the legs and feet are in pretty good shape to be able to climb in.
That is amazing.
I think with a little extra time and stuff, I mean, it's 1:57. We can't do it today on the show, but I think I might try to finish this by next week. Well, I mean, real quick, how could I distort my back just in that moment?
Just keyframe mesh warp, or liquefy, or Bezier warp.
Liquefy! Thank you very much.
Or make the TV bigger, you know.
I don't want to make the TV bigger. Let me liquefy.
He doesn't want to, chat.
So let's see if I go.
This was amazing. Great efforts all around. Yeah, honestly, yeah. Thank you everybody for playing VFX and Kill, or what was our other name for it? We had some
Thrill. VFX and Thrill.
VFX and Thrill.
Wow, I'm like thinning myself up here.
This is amazing.
This maybe isn't the best thing to end the show on, or it is.
You Kardashian-ing yourself?
Yeah.
Great way to.
It's a verb.
That's great right there. Here we go.
Wow. And now make that twerk, and we've satisfied several. Gotta.
Frosty the Beer Man.
Oh man, I didn't think about it, but I could add hollow matrix to the hand coming out of the TV.
Hollow matrix.
Hollow matrix.
Hollow man. Hollow matrix.
Oh yeah, hollow matrix would be perfect for that. DJ, instead of making the TV bigger, he's making his butt bigger, so it's fine.
Smaller. Well, you're right. It's my waistline.
The chat is very much enjoying your body morphia.
Morphia. Yeah, me too. I think it's important. Wow. That's just maybe my final.
Whoever wanted the twerking, there you go.
You know what? That was Darby. Congratulations, Darb. I'm going to see him tonight, actually.
Say hi.
I will say hi to Darby.
Awesome. Darby, you rock.
I don't want to go. This has been too fun.
Whatever's. All right.
Oh man. Hashi, the Hollow Matrix. He switched to Hashi screen. The Hollow Matrix looks really good on that.
All right.
I might even switch back to the default Hollow Matrix was doing some stuff that I really liked too. I'm just going to reset it real quick, and turn down my glow a bit. But look at this craziness. That's disturbing. I wouldn't wish that upon most people. Let's see, amount. Oops, let's turn the amount down and the size up a little bit. Okay, I've got to find the right level of glow from optical glow here, because I want to add some cool optical glow to this hand. And I want it to unmult. Though I'm split on it, because without unmulting it, bizarrely, it looks like cast shadows on me wherever it's in contact, or the face and stuff. It's adding some shadowy stuff. And obviously in Hollow Matrix, I could dive into the actual tinting effects and uncheck. Oh wait, no, where is it? There, you can literally adjust everything in here. So nuts. I don't remember what I'm doing.
I remember a question I had, Hosh. A thing that I try to do all the time, and I remember I have to relearn how every time and forget. How would you do the glowing edges that are going to happen against the TV? How would you do an organic version of that?
I would probably try to create some kind of overlap mask that is a literal result of the two layers overlapping each other somewhere. Say the edge of this hand or something like that. Oh man, I feel like I had a good thing and I've ruined it. What were the settings before? Was it just when it was just Hollow Matrix at the default settings it looked the best? Maybe.
The best You had tweaked a couple of things that looked really good. I forget what it was though.
Okay, we'll undo hike while I talk. I would look for. I often like to find something like if you're looking at this hand coming out of the TV, like you want this spot to be where the interaction is happening, and so you would try to figure out like what could I do that would be give me an alpha result that is this bit a little bit bloated or this plane brought a little bit forward. And that'll generate this really ugly shape here. And then once you do that, you can add a multi-instance matte choker that bloats it out and softens its edges until you get a big slug here. And once you have a big slug there, if you add something like roughen edges to it, you can start to add some organic distortion and displacement to it that might actually look pretty cool. So that's what I would do.
But remind me,
Throw some
I wasn't
with the source all the way over there.
I wasn't fully listening. How would you restrict it only to that part of your arm, like to that edge?
Oh, I would make a duplicate of the arm and put a feathered mask there or something like that. You can watch my Matrix mirror video, which I think might deal with that somewhat. I don't remember for sure, but I feel like I would have tried to encompass that in there. Oh man, I lost it. This is we're just sinking the ship together here, Seth. But I am very happy that we went through and we got these bizarre, crazy effects pulled out in a relatively short amount of time. We got through 6 different unique effects in the 2 hours we had with you. And we always love to have you here on VFX and Chill. We are returning for one last spooky episode next week on Friday, same time, same VFX channel. And if you're missing visual effect, comfort in the meantime, please check out the Maxon training team, who is teaching a lot of amazing, awesome stuff all week long. Like literally every day of the week, we have different training for all sorts of things. ZBrush, Cinema 4D, Redshift, anything that you're interested in learning more about, it's all available and all have some live show dedicated to them if you want to go and ask your specific questions. The trainers are amazing and make themselves accessible to you for those reasons. And that's my spiel about it.
That's it.
That's it, everybody. Happy Halloween, getting your decorations set up and all of the fun stuff like that. I'm excited to maybe show you all the results of any Halloween decorations that I'm able to do this week once I get back to La Canada, not to be confused with La Cañada. Anyway, everybody, thank you for VFX and chilling with us.
Yeah, everybody. Bye.